What's going on? It's Awesome of AwesomePeace.com, and today I'm going to be starting a thing talking about how to be a successful indie artist or musician. The reason I'm talking about this is I feel like the vast majority of people that sell beats don't really speak to artists on how to capitalize on their investments. So this is mostly going to be stuff talking about different topics that my clients and customers and subscribers to my newsletter and I guess my YouTube as well have asked me about how to be successful in their careers. As a quick rundown for me to just speak on how I have any kind of experience within this. I started off as an artist myself. I wasn't always a producer. I was definitely an artist during the blog rap time. I got a lot of posts when I was rapping. I did a lot of different shows, got paid to do shows, but I transitioned over to producing. I also attended Loyola University in New Orleans and got a degree in music industry studies. And I went to school with a lot of people that are very successful right now, which I'm sure you'll find out over time, but more than one person. It's not just one person. A bunch of people are doing crazy stuff. That being said, let's get into what I really want to talk about, and what that is how to be a successful indie artist. So first thing, people ask me all sorts of questions, and I'm going to get to those in a different video, but the first thing is how to be a successful artist requires that you know what success means. You have to define the success though, and that's probably the most important part that I could say about this. Being successful is kind of an abstract concept. Like, you can't be successful omnisciently. People can only presume that you're successful based off of certain accolades that may or may not even really mean anything. For example, some people consider being a success means winning a Grammy. Some people consider being a success means having a Billboard hit in the top 10 or being on the Billboard charts at all. Some people might consider being a success to being a household name. Other people might consider being successful meaning making a living off of their music. Other people might consider it to have a song in a film. All of these different things matter. Being able to sell out a show, that's something else. Having fans get your name tattooed on their forehead or something, like, I'm saying, like, you have to figure out what exactly success means to you in order to even actually become successful, because successful is defined by you. It's not defined by the masses, unless that's what you want it to be. You have to pick out what that means to you. So the first and most important thing that I'm going to even be talking about in this series is defining your success. You can't know if you hit the mark if you haven't defined what the mark is. You need to know. So, for example, I'm going to give a really silly analogy. I think I've given this before. So if you're trying to go to the store, right? To successfully get to the store, you need to know where the store is. You can't just get in your car and drive randomly, or hop on the subway and drive randomly, for all the people that are like, overseas or East Coast that take public transportation. I'm from LA myself, so I'm more of a car guy. But that being said, it's like, you can't go somewhere without knowing where you're going. You can't go to the store if you don't know where the store is. Similarly, you can't achieve your success if you don't know where your success is or what your success is. You have to define what it is. If you just drive arbitrarily, like, you'll see stores, but you don't know which store you're going to, that's another thing. You can't just say, I want to be successful. How do you want to be successful? Which store do you want to go to? Do you want to go to CVS? Do you want to go to Fry's? Do you want to go to Albertsons? Do you want to go to, what I'm saying? Like, which store? Do you want to go to the shoe store? You want to go to the hardware store? Like, what do you want specifically? You have to be as specific as you possibly can be, because that's the only way that you'll know whether or not you're actually achieving the thing that you're striving for. So I would encourage you, and I know that might sound a little common sense or whatever, but common sense isn't always so common. You want to make sure that you are not missing the mark on what you're trying to achieve. So make sure that you do some soul searching. I honestly mean it. Being an artist and making things that touch people, and this also applies to other things, like if you're trying to be successful in anything, you need to do some soul searching first to figure out what exactly it is that you want and what will bring you happiness, right? Because the only thing that most people do, I mean, they talk about this in philosophy, the reason that most people are motivated to do something is happiness. If you're seeking material gain, financial gain, love, something like that, it's because it brings you happiness. So you need to really understand the inner workings of yourself and figure out what it is that's going to make you happy, that at the end of the day you'll say, you know what, I did that and I'm happy now. So figure that out, and be as descriptive as you possibly can, like literally, like down to the details. I'm talking, if you say, for example, like being successful to me means that I can spend time with my family. Okay, being successful to me means that I'm making X amount of money a year or X amount of money a week. And those are two different things, because you could say that you want to make $100,000 in a year, right? But that won't necessarily mean that you're going to be making, whatever that might be broken down over the weeks. I guess 52 weeks in a year, $2,000 or something like that a week. It's not necessarily guaranteed. Maybe you want to make $100,000 a year, but that might mean that for some of those weeks you're only going to make $500 or no money at all. So if it matters to you, then you need to define that. Similarly, like, what I'm saying, if you want to be able to tour, okay, tour where? Tour locally, tour overseas. Once you know, and I'm leading into something, once you know exactly what it is, you'll be able to achieve that thing, because you'll be able to, draw out a clear plan of what that is. So that's going to be a talk for the next time. But for sure, if you want to be successful, if you want to be a successful independent artist, or if you want to be successful in anything, you need to first define what that success looks like, what it feels like, what it means to you, what it makes your life look like. Once you know that, then you'll be able to get on your way as far as pursuing the rest of that. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please be sure to subscribe. I do release beats on here every other day, so please check that out. And I'll probably be dropping videos like this once a week. I don't know for sure that this is what the series is going to be called, but this is what I'm starting off with. So we'll see where it goes. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys next time. Please be sure to share this on Twitter and Facebook and such. Appreciate y'all. All right, peace.